Alrighty guys, well last night I made a video. I'm going to post up before this one. Unfortunately last night, or the night before, New Jersey got a really bad, really bad snowstorm. Well, most of the northern east coast did, rather. We got a really bad nor'easter, and what happened was the power went out because trees were falling down and stuff. And unfortunately I didn't have any backup air source for my fish, and unfortunately 3 of my fish died. My iced peacock cichlid died, and my 2 parrot cichlids, both Grinch and Mystique, both died. Really upset about it, but I mean there's not a lot I could do. Like I said, you know, I didn't have any money at the time, so I couldn't even run to PetSmart and get like a backup thing, like a battery powered air pump, just to, you know, aerate the water. But anyway, like I said, I mean I literally tried everything last night. I was doing 5-gallon, you know, like siphoning out 5 gallons and throwing it back in like every hour, every half hour actually, just to aerate the water. And I mean it kept certain fish alive, but unfortunately for the parrot cichlids, being they're different from normal fish, and unfortunately again for the peacock cichlid ended up dying mostly out of stress. I think he was getting beat up on by one of the other fish. I don't know who it was yet, and I still haven't been able to figure out who it was that's beaten up on my Africans, but there's definitely a few culprits. But anyway, like I said, the parrot cichlids both died. And unfortunately my iced peacock cichlid died. This guy really is the only one that I care about, is the Oscar. You know, like, this guy is basically my baby. And luckily for me, he was able to survive. You know, kept swimming up, grabbing air. So he stuck in there. And in case you guys are wondering why my tank's so dirty right now, I actually just did a water change. I did a 20-gallon water change because when the filters kicked back on after being off for about 2 hours, it literally threw all the dirty debris back into the water. So I'm just it's kind of like recycling right now. And I figured, you know, a 20-gallon water change would help in the process. The UV sterilizer is running and working, so that should also help it. I'm hoping. Basically, everybody's doing good, though. You know, like, I haven't seen any signs of stress or anything like that. Even my convict cichlid, since the parrot cichlids died, is starting to come out a little bit more and move around. Like, he doesn't just sit in this corner anymore like he's doing right now, but he's only just doing that because I'm near the tank. Usually he swims, or before he was swimming around, going all over the tank and stuff. My 2 Jack Dempseys did make it. My 2 blue African cichlids made it. My Pictus catfish made it. I really thought this guy was going to go on me, and he actually survived. My rainbow shark survived. My jeweled cichlid survived. You know, so I mean there are a select few fish that did survive. My orange, or my red lab, actually survived too. He's somewhere in here hiding because he's the baby of the group. He's over here by the convict, if you can see his tail right there. Both Plecos survived. I knew they were going to be fine because they have like an internal lung, and they just kept swimming up and popping the water every like 20 minutes, grabbing air. But yeah, I mean, like, this is it. I'm not going to be buying any more fish until I move. When I move, I might buy 2 more parrot cichlids just to, you know, get them back. Just because I did like those fish a lot. They were great little fish, and I still got to see who I'm going to lose in the move, to be honest. Like I said, I'm going to be moving to Connecticut. If anybody has any suggestions, I know a lot of people watch my videos and stuff. My boss actually told me to buy like foam containers pop a hole in it and just hook up the aerator to it, and then just, fill up the 4 containers with like 5 gallons each from the 55 gallon. And then with that, he said, then take that water, put it back into the tank when you get it to wherever you're taking it. And he said, then fill it up with the new water as well as, the old water from the buckets. My only concern with that is that I don't want them to get poisoned somehow. So I'm looking into either, like the 5 or 10 gallon tubs. I mean, these are 5 gallon buckets right here. But I'm looking into like a 10 gallon like 10 gallon tubs, like the plastic ones, and getting like 4 of those. Just hooking up an air hose and in a power inverter, and just like I said, transporting the fish that way. I know the Jack Dempsey's and the Oscar will be okay together. The convict cichlids gonna have to go into his own little bucket just because he's so unpredictable. And then the Pictus catfish and the Africans and all them, or whatever is left, basically, will end up going into the other bucket. I'm gonna do 4 buckets. This way I get 20 gallons worth of water, and or if I fill it up to 10 gallons, that way I'll get 40 gallons worth of the water from this house, and then just cycle in the 10 gallons. The new water is actually going to be a lot softer. It's well-fed water, so I don't know if that's going to change anything up or not. It's not as hard as this water. We actually had it tested. I actually did a pH test on it when I was up at the house, and it was actually a lot softer than this water. So I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit. Probably get some pH boost or something like that, just until they start to get used to it, and then slowly but surely, gradually, work them into it. But the 30 gallon I still have, by the way. Like I said, there's like nothing in there right now. There's basically 4 mollies and an algae eater and the 2 Cordy catfish. I'm trying to sell that tank right now. My brother's buddy might come pick it up tomorrow. He actually just bought a couple of new fish that have the potential to get pretty large. So I think he said he bought a angelfish, a bala shark, and he said some other yellowfish that he doesn't know what it is. But I'm kind of hoping it's not an African cichlid, and because he doesn't know what he got himself into if he did. But he was telling me it's yellowish orange on the top and white, so white on the bottom. So I don't know. It doesn't sound like an African cichlid, but it could be. Might actually be the one that to me when I was younger I had, and it looked like a taxi cab. But and I'm also selling the 10-gallon tank. I'm not going to take it with me. I was actually thinking of keeping it and just using it as a sick tank. Like if any of my fish ever got ick or anything. But to be perfectly honest, with the UV sterilizer in the water and the way I clean this fish tank every once in a while, once a week, usually. This week, like I said, I slacked off because I've been in the process of moving, and I knew that they would be okay because they're usually pretty hardy fish. But like I said, usually they're okay with me not doing it for like 2 weeks. When I get into the 3rd week, when I tell you literally when I clean this tank, every single bucket that I moved away was like brown, black even almost. But anyway, I'm going to end this video because it's getting a little long and I'm just rambling. But yeah, unfortunately I did lose 3 fish. I'm just happy that my Oscar's okay. I was really, really worried that he was going to die on me again. I did have one when I was a little kid, and his name was Kermit, and he ended up dying. I forget how, but once he died, my dad stopped taking care of the tank, and then the tank, basically turned into green algae, and they didn't take the tank, and I really wish they did too, because it was definitely a 100-gallon tank. And I wish I could have had that, but it's all good. Hopefully we'll be able to see my convict cichlid get a little bit more active. and the Jack Dempseys won't be hiding as much because, like I said, those parrot cichlids were basically bullies of the tank, so now it's up to whoever wants to be the bully, you know? And we'll see who that who that soon emerges to be. Those Jack Dempseys might actually grow a little bit too, because I know they were stressed out because the parrot cichlids were constantly in their face, and since they died and I took them out, they seem to be a little bit more active. Granted, they're not doing anything right now, but when I turn off the bedroom light and walk away, they'll be swimming all over the tank, and that's what they've been doing just about all day. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any ideas to fish transportation, just because I'm running low on ideas. And the only thing I could think of is the aerator and probably a 10-gallon bucket for each one of them. And then move them up there slowly. I'm going to have to take everything out of this tank and then, you know, hook them up to a bubbler in the bedroom until I get the tank up there and set up. And then once I get the tank up there and set up, then, you know, go and work from there. I'll probably start the parrot cichlids out in this tank, to be honest, just because, or if I sell it before then I'll just throw them in there. I'll try to get, you know, bigger ones. I'm going to try to get the big orange ones, the ones that aren't dyed. The ones that I did buy the last time were dyed, and I kind of don't want that this time. So I'm going to try to get maybe even just one, just because I do like those fish. They're goofy looking, and they're, you know, they're very intelligent. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to end this video. Hope you guys like the update. And like I said, unfortunately my poor fish died, but, you know, what am I going to do?